So have you taken a mock test and you got stuck in the DLR section, right? So you simply didn't know how to solve any of the cases and therefore got 0 marks? Or you started solving a case but made a silly mistake and got negative? Or you feel that you're able to solve about 1 or 2 cases, but you should be able to do more, right? You simply are not able to get the results for which you're prepared for. Or simply you haven't taken any mock, you're going to take it for the first time now and you're very anxious. If any of these are true, you're at the right place. You just need to continue with this video. So let's first try to understand as to why this problem is occurring, right? So where is it coming from? Now this section, DILR, data interpretation and logical reasoning, is quite unlike the other two sections, quant or verbal. Right? So maths and English we've had in school, pretty much every one of us have had it, right? 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and we're going to be tested somewhere around that, but it's going to be different of course in CAT when it comes to quant or verbal, but we have seen or studied in some form or the other in school. But when it comes to DILR, we have never had it, right? So we've never had these kind of cases covered in school or in college. So it's something which is totally different for us. You might have had a bit of it during your placement preparation, but not at the level of CAT. So therefore, this section is totally different. Now, a second part to this is, now given this, if you haven't prepared well, you're going to be facing a problem over here. So if you haven't practiced enough, if you haven't gone through lessons or seen videos of how it's being solved at a CAT level, right, you haven't really prepared well for this. So therefore, preparation is lacking. Another kind of problem is the test taking part, right? A lot of people focus on preparation, but they forget about test taking. Now, this kind of an exam is something which is totally different. It's unlike whatever you've taken so far in your school or college, right? So here you have a timer. Not everybody can solve all of it, right? So the first issue which happens is when it comes to the timer. You have a timer running over there. You want to maximize your score. You start panicking, you're focusing on the timer, and you make a mess out of it. The second is actually the main reason for the first, which is setting an ambitious target. You set an insane target, right? A lot of us do that. While we are not even able to solve one case, we end up setting a target of 2 or 3 cases, right, for a particular mock test, and we make a mess out of it. The third is going to be where we are selecting the wrong cases, right? So we might have been good or been able to solve a case after the test, but during the test we never picked it. So why did that happen? We'll see as to how to fix that as well. The fourth could be wherein we made some errors while solving the case during the test. Right? So let's look at how to fix these errors. Let's start with preparation. The best way to fix the preparation error is, right, for you to practice enough and go through a guided preparation. Right? So you need to have good access to not only material, but also some form of, video solutions, or see as to how the best of the best are solving cases over here. Right? At MockCAT, what we have, for instance, is we have about 100 plus quiz of the days, which is given out for free, right, for the first 2 days for all of you. You can practice those 100 plus cases over time. You can also go through a guided preparation program wherein we have about 200 plus cases under the learn and the practice modules. The learn modules, all of them have video solutions as well, right? And the mock test itself, you're going to have about 160 odd cases, which are going to be as a part of the 25 mocks and the 15 sectionals. And over and above that, we always have the past CAT papers from 2017 to 21. And in those 5 years, we have 75 top quality cases. Now, practicing these itself will put you in a very, very good position. That's about 500 plus cases in front of you. That's 500 plus cases that you're preparing for. Wherever you're doing, make sure that you have access to these and you prepare really well for that. The second question you might be asking is, do I really have the time for that? 500 plus cases, have about 100, 150, 180 days to go. How do I do that, right? You definitely will be in a position to solve 2 to 4 cases a day, right? So have a sort of a discipline, right? See if you can, bring in about minimum of 2 cases every day. Initially, it might take you a bit of time. It might take you an hour per case to solve and review and understand the solution. But you'll see that with passage of time, the second month or the third time you do it, your time taken is going to be halved over there, right? Eventually, you'd see that in about 2 to 3 months, every one of you would be able to solve about any and every case and review them as well in about 15 to 30 minutes, let's say. Now onto the test taking strategies. Now, how do you fix that part of it, right? So first is set a realistic target. If you're able to solve 0 cases during the test, for your next test as well, your target should be simply 0 cases. Don't set a target of 1, right? So when you set a target of 0, it fixes your timer issue as well, because you're just going in with no expectation. You don't need to solve anything. Anything which you do is a bonus for you, right? So let's say you have 40 tests, right? 25 mocks and 15 sectionals. For the first 10 tests, set your target to be 0, right? But you'll realize that, when you're not looking at the timer, you're just solving the cases by the merit of it. You'll realize that you're able to solve at least 1 or 2 cases. For the next 10 tests, 11 to 20, set a target of about 1 case, let's say, which you need to solve. And then for 21 to 30, you can set a target of 2. And then for the last 10, you can have a target of 3. Once again, when I say a target of 1 or 2 or 3, I'm not telling you to just achieve that. Have it as a target when you start the section. Anything above that is going to be a bonus, and I'm sure you'll be able to do more. Next up, you need to choose the right case during the test. Take about 3 to 4 minutes during the section and identify the right case and proceed with it. Whether you have 40 minutes for the section or 60 minutes, that is enough time for you to, devote about 3 to 4 minutes for case selection, right? And if you prepare well and you implement it during the first 3 to 4 minutes, you'll automatically start identifying the right cases. It's okay, make a mistake, that's fine. But you should know when to cut your losses as well. Let's say you took 3 to 4 minutes, pick the case, and then about 5 minutes later, you find it to be difficult. Perfectly fine. Drop it, move to another one. You still have another 30, 31 minutes. Instead, if you're going to continue for another 5 to 10 minutes on the same case, you realize that you ended up spending about 20, 25 minutes. You'd be nervous because you haven't, you feel the time has been wasted, right? So don't do that. Spend time for case selection. And once you've selected it, and if you feel you've picked the wrong one after 3 to 4 minutes, it's fine. Skip and move to the next best which you feel is right? So the last kind of mistake which people do are the silly mistakes, wherein your preparation is good, you're able to manage the time, but during the test, you ended up making a silly mistake. Now, what's a silly mistake over here? Let's say you misread a particular clue which was given to you in the case, or there was a table given to you in the case and you had to write it down. And while writing it down, you missed out a number, right, from that table which is given to you on the screen. Or while solving a case, you wrote some letter incorrectly. The B looked like an A or a D or something like that, and you made a mistake over there. Just maintain a book or an Excel sheet and start listing down these silly mistakes. Just keep it in the back of your mind before you start the next test. Just take a look at it once, and then you take your test. You'll see that you'll start to perform much, much better. Lastly, what will be helpful for you is going through a guided program. Now, that's the reason we've started with the guided MockCAT program, right? So we have 25 MockCATs over here. We'd be having guidance sessions over Sundays, at around 5 p.m. But there we'd be revisiting the strategies which you should have deployed, what you've done right, what you've done wrong, and what you should do and what targets you should fix for the next test. All those we'll be looking at over there. If you're interested, do sign up over there. The first 3 MockCATs will be opening up for free. The first 2 are already free right now, and you can sign up for free at mockcat.com and start taking it. Every day we put up 3 to 4 quiz of the days for free. You can take those as well, and also look at our classroom pack and our self-study pack, right? So all the best for your preparation. I'll see you soon in the next video.